Hi everyone, Rick here for Hamilton Sports Central for another uh, live stream as we have the Saskatchewan Roughriders at the BC Lions for the final game in Week 12, and we will have to see how. Like people, if you're gonna smash a watermelon, you can do better. You can do better. We'll just say that. Some of those were just pretty bad. So Nathan Rourke going up against Trevor Harris. Can Trevor Harris rebound after last week? And can Nathan Rourke make it 4 games in a row? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Back again. Look who's back. Back again. Let's go. Let's go. Can we just stop chatting and let's just start this up, please? I know. Not out physical.
First in the CFL against the run, so hopefully. Did I block back in that in? I had to. I wasn't that fast. So I had to do something. Come on. I don't mind the 178 pounds. It's ready to go, man. All right, we're ready to go here. Just like Glenn Suter's son, Jared, who is putting on a pre-game show, just rocking that electric guitar. Kickoff with Jared Dallas is coming up next.
Now we got more music to listen to because they got to go to commercial after they were just talking for 5 minutes. It's game time. Let's see. Nothing new on here. Did they announce? I'm just curious. Where's Season's Worth? One percent off store. Oh, yeah. You get a massage. $68 for seasons. It's actually, well, I mean, considering that it's for 4 games. if they've updated the roster. I mean, they had to have updated something. Because there's no way that you haven't picked your team by now. Especially when you have to have a week of practice. How do you still have last year's roster up, people? Like, your first game's in a week. I honestly don't get that. Just checking something. Nancy Burton of Calgary. It's driving me nuts. Trying to tell me I don't have scissors on my desk.
Jared's proud dad, Dean Burnett. Thank you for that. Welcome to BC Play's intriguing showdown in the West. The Riders and the Lions part 2 this season. Part 1 suits back in June. It was like the West final last year when Saskatchewan down late came back and won it in the final minute. Sam Ellis had 3 touchdowns in that game, including the winner.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's get this started. Let's get this started,
He had 3 touchdowns in that game in week 2 between these two teams. Sam Emlis, after missing 3 games, back in the lineup for Saskatchewan. One of the guys that maybe matched up with him throughout this game is halfback TJ Lee, who said of his 30 career interceptions, last week was the biggest when he sealed the deal against Calgary. Buck Pierce's Lions steadily improving. They started 1-5, but they have won 3 straight and climbing back into the conversation. And this is a trip home again for the pride of Port Moody, BC, about 30 minutes away. Corey Mace, 3rd year as head coach of the Roughriders. First CFL game he ever went to, by the way, as a kid, was here at BC Place to watch the Lions take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Second game back with Jermaine Jackson. They will receive first. The Riders won the toss.
So Riders won the toss. They deferred. So BC's getting the ball first. Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. Hale kicks off for 68 yards to the BC 12. Barry Hill, the third, returns for 22 yards to the BC 34. Andre Miller with the tackle.
Big numbers from both these teams offensively on the board in that one possession game that went right down to the wire. Back in week 2, Rourke went 24-37, threw for 330. But as said, they had gone ahead late. Back came the Riders.
Rourke passes to Butler for 11 yards to BC 45. Jay Ford with the tackle. Rourke passes to Jackson for 24 yards to Saskatchewan 41. Ford with the tackle.
line of scrimmage. He's going to be right down the rail here, and you see how Nathan Moore tries to throw it to his back shoulder, make sure he can't get Jackson Ford involved in that.
Nathan Rourke passes to Hatcher for 5 yards to Saskatchewan 36.
It's the third start for Derek Roberson on that defensive line for Saskatchewan. Had a sack in his very first game against Edmonton, and is quietly becoming dominant. I'm going to watch him tonight. He's returning to BC Place. They've already played against his old team, the Lions, in that Week 2 game, but Josh Wood's back in BC Place. And here's a matchup to watch tonight. Wide field, Nelson LeCombo playing on that wide field corner against Javon Couture. Here's your rookie lines out. Second and 5. Saskatchewan 36. Jumping in front. Making a play there is Woods. The ex-Lion. And you know when you talk
The ex-Lion.
he started all 9 games. Almost just didn't believe that Nathan Rourke was going to throw it there. So they get close enough to try a field goal here for Sean White with 43.5 to be put down by Carl Meyer on the snap from Canada.
Sean White kicks a 44-yard field goal and gives the Lions a 3-0 lead.
Pumps that one through, and very quickly the Lions get on the board in their opening possession. So over to you, Trevor Harris now. 11th all-time in the Canadian Football League in passing yardage history. Saskatchewan football looking to get back in the win column here at BC Place.
And ships are leaving and they're blowing their horns. Bon voyage. Oh, you bit my tongue. Oh, that hurt. Isidore says, "Let's go Lions." I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually cheering for the Riders tonight. Only because with yesterday's loss, we need to keep pace with 4th place in the West. So we need BC to lose.
Their opener against BC, and he had a brilliant performance. Yeah, really did. 400 yards passing. It was the 12th time in his career he sold for 400. Nicholas with the 3 touchdowns. We talked about that. But Keyshawn Johnson and Schaefer Raker.
1, 2, 3, haha, lightning strikes. It's 3-0. Boo-hoo. Woohoo. I mean, let's hopefully Rourke can finish a game. Conley rushes for 0 yards to Saskatchewan 40. McKenna with the tackle. Harris passes to Keyshawn Johnson for 24 yards to the BC 46. Finley with the tackle.
against the Lions secondary, basically intact. The same secondary that played against BC back in that week 2 game. So each other well, even Emeralds. Big games. Johnson coming in with 765 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns, leading the way on the Riders. 4 for 51 last week in their loss in Hamilton after a big game. Helped the Riders beat the Ottawa Red Blacks 2 weeks ago. So 1st and 10 at the BC 46. The snap is ball up.
Oh,
Conley couldn't find the handle after Harrison handed it off. So they're good to
good old Conley. Way to go, Conley.
play and hang on to the football. Well, I'd love to highlight a different defensive lineman for the BC Lions, but Matthew Betts won't allow it. He just keeps registering sacks and has been on a roll of late. It's tied for the league lead with 7 on the season so far. Deontay Williams leads the team in defensive plays. A little lighter in the pocket. More on that as the game goes on. And I mentioned TJ Lee against Calgary. His first interception this year, but 30th of his career.
Duncan Busby. Harris passes to Busby for 14 yards to BC 30. TJ Lee with the tackle. First down, Riders.
Duncan Busby. And that's enough space there to make sure he keeps his feet in bounds. And a first down, Saskatchewan. Yeah, you know, when you're playing against Trevor Harris, and he's seen all the looks, all the coverages, all the concepts that he has at his disposal, it's almost like you get forced to lock up a man-to-man. Down to the 30, Conley, and good running.
Conley rushes for 11 yards to the BC 19. Finley with the tackle. It's a first down, Riders.
First down for the Riders. Riders really don't have a fullback on the roster in their roster construction for this particular game. But they do have 2 extra offensive linemen, so they can play big team with those guys. And Thomas Stevens can be that guy. There's Conley again at the toss left.
Conley rushes for 3 yards to the BC 16. Sankey with the tackle. So it will be 2nd and 7 for the Rough Riders.
Good drive going here by Harrison the Riders. Yeah, going right after a strength of the BC defense. Mark Mueller right now is saying, hey, you're the number 1 defense against the run in the league.
Trevor Harris passes incomplete to Keandre Smith or Keyshawn Johnson in the end zone. Our quarterback search engine. I will say, Isidore, ever since he came back from the NFL, he just doesn't seem the same than pre-NFL.
Speed cut here to just get as quickly as he can outside leverage on Ken. But in pretty good position and times up his dive for that football just to extract Keyshawn. Bringing it in. Mentioned a lot of pressure on Alex Hale coming into last week's game. He was focal here in Hamilton. 41, 14, and 52. This one, a shooter attempted 24 away for Hale. Keeps that run going.
Hale kicks a 24-yard field goal and ties the game. Nathan Rourke and the Lions offense start off at the 40-yard line as Riders kick a field goal. No, this bracelet from yesterday's games drive me nuts. I will back and cut it off. Butler rushes for 1 yard loss to the BC 39 Vaughters with the tackle. Yes.
Nothing. I'm getting your mother's clothes out of the dryer. What's this from yesterday?
No, this is today's.
Oh, today's Saturday.
Today's Sunday.
Today's Saturday.
Today's Sunday.
Oh.
Yesterday was Saturday. Bear punts off for 60 yards to Saskatchewan 11. James Letcher Jr. returns it for 8 yards to the Saskatchewan 19. What do we have for leaders so far? Oh, 15 interceptions. Conley rushes for 5 yards to the Saskatchewan 24. It's going to be a 2nd and 5. Harris throws incomplete. 3rd and 5. Chapman punts 52 yards to the BC 34. Berryhill returns it for 11 yards to the BC 45. Striker with the tackle. Rourke passes to Hatcher for 23 yards to Saskatchewan 42. Edward with the tackle.
Watch how quickly Hatcher makes the decision here. He makes that catch. He knows that he doesn't have a defender in the area, turns and immediately accelerates. 3-yard gain for Keon Hatcher. 7 catches last week. Man for 83 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Clean. BC's win. Takes that one. Reception down to 42 of the Riders. Back on the line. Play action pass. Can't find the receiver. Looks like he wants to take off. And he does.
Rourke rushes for 19 yards to Saskatchewan 23. Fields with the tackle. Rourke sacked for 2 yards to the Saskatchewan 25. Mike Rose with the sack. Rourke passes to Katoy for 9 yards to Saskatchewan 16. Thurman with the tackle. So it's 3rd and 3. Now Trevor Harris is starting on his 40. Due to the field goal. What was I going to look at now? I was going to look at something. I can't remember what it was. I had to do a CFL. What was I going to look at? I don't remember. Oh, yes, I know what it was. Ooh, 2 games on Saturday. Oh, yes, but I won't be able to watch them. Okay, so if they extended him on the 6th game, Harris passes incomplete to Johnny Johnson, the third. 2nd and 10 at the Saskatchewan 40. That means one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Harris passes to MLS for 13 yards to Saskatchewan 53. Coldon with the tackle. And it was an illegal block on BC, but they declined it due to the amount of yards gained. Dang. Not like our parents in New Jersey and Sean Arabia. Conley rushes for 2 yards to the BC 54. Yeah, it reminds me, I gotta cancel Flow today because I get it with my season tickets. End of the first quarter, 6-3. And quarter 1 finishes with Harris to MLS for 10 yards to the BC 44. Kent Jr. with the tackle. It's going to be first down and 10 at the BC 44 to start the second quarter. The amount of gross food I saw yesterday at the CNE was retarded. I know people say, oh, you should just try it. No. The stuff that I saw yesterday, no one is paying me enough money to try it. I hate this music. Plays on every TV commercial. So Nick Small, a good friend of mine, that's what he does. Every year he goes to see and he tries different stuff. There was pickled coffee, bacon bit coffee, um, what's that place? Booster Juice did a craft dinner slushy, which kind of sounds gross. He had a hot waffle, lobster on a stick. Ew. 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 Alex Hale kicks another field goal for 47 yards. So we got they had lobster on a stick. What else did he have yesterday? Let me check. Actually, you know what? I'll do it at halftime. I'll show you guys at halftime stuff that he was eating. Hell. Butler rushes for 13 yards to the BC 53. Rose with the tackle. Chugga. Choo. Rogue throws it. Rourke passes to McInnes for 10 yards to the Saskatchewan 23. Lacombo with the tackle. And just like that. Rourke passes to Katoy for 23 yards for a touchdown. It's a touchdown for the Lions.
there, but not done. Cotoy right now is him.
And the first touchdown of the season for Javon Cotoy, who missed a lot of games against Saskatchewan in their opener again this year. This is his third game back. There's a souvenir. And you have somebody special right there. It's Cotoy. Had a great game here in his first game back a couple of weeks ago when he had 7 catches for 109. And that's a touchdown there for 13-6 BC.
Okay, well, it's a commercial. I'll do it now. Okay, so let's pull this up. I did it wrong. Let's see what he posted. So he had the kid. Oh, his reaction to this is hilarious. So you can tell, like when he goes to take a sip out of it. Watch his reaction. You can tell it's disgusting. You can tell him that's gross. Okay, what else do we have? Sushi pops. Interesting. This is a turkey leg. Okay, that's not that bad. Tadkiss. Chicken tenders more spicy than Cheetos. Don't know what those are. Lobster on a stick. Okay. Oh yes. So this one's the pickled coffee, and then his brother had the bacon coffee. Corn dog. But yeah, those are some of the interesting things that. Hello, Lane. Those were some of the interesting things that he was eating at the CNE yesterday.
Ricky,
Yes.
the truck's out of the driveway, so your car's up to the gate, and the Equinox is behind your car.
Okay. Mayer kicks off for 66 yards to the Saskatchewan 14. Letcher Jr. returns for 29 yards to the Saskatchewan 43. Yeah, Isidore, I was not trying. Like, I'm sorry, that a pickled coffee or bacon bit coffee, no thanks. I'll pass. And that KD drink did not look tasty. Harris passes to Johnson the third for 9 yards to Saskatchewan 20 or 52. Lee with the tackle. Oh. So Isidore, I was actually looking at the McMaster. See if they updated their roster since they start next Saturday. $68 for the season. Score update is BC 13, Saskatchewan 6 with 11 minutes left in the second quarter. So the thing is the good thing about the CNE for in Toronto every year is if you get a if you get an Argos ticket to the Argos game, you get it in the CNE for free. Stevens rushes for 3 yards to Saskatchewan 55. Harris with the tackle. I walked 14,000 steps yesterday. It was ridiculous. Bertrand Houdon rushes for 0 yards to Saskatchewan 55. Thank you with the tackle. Like used cars. Too damn much. You know what? I go there, watch the game, go walk around, meet people that I know. I got to see the players come off the bus yesterday. Saw Miles Fox, Jared Baines, the defensive coordinator, came up. I seen Bo yesterday. Harris passed to Duncan Busby for 9 yards to BC 46. TJ Lee with the tackle. Tommy time again. Did he get enough? Did he get enough? That's a bonus if we had an Empire Field. I could still do that. It's a great hangout, but to pay 25 to just get in. It's funny because I go to leave. So my buddy Rich, he got me BMO Club tickets yesterday. Which the only difference between sitting where my buddy Andrew was sitting, like kind of like the 50-yard line or the 40, but on the other side where it's like really behind the bench, was maybe $30 difference between what I paid and what he paid. The only difference was that his was just a seat, whereas mine was a buffet and the seat. So when I went to go leave the BMO, buffet, when I was leaving the buffet yesterday, I had this person say, "I'm not getting those. Those are $30." I'm like, "Oh my lord!" Piggyback the game ticket for sure. Like in Calgary, Stampede concerts allowed free admission, so I hang out. Yeah. Harris passes to Keyshawn Johnson for 11 yards to the BC 34. McKenna with the tackle. Yeah, so even if you buy like a cheap seat for like $30, it's not like you are paying a lot to get in. Harris's complete pass to MLS for 7 yards to BC 27. Williams with the tackle. Yeah, so buffet, like they had desserts, they had finger foods, smoked chicken, roast beef sandwiches, like cooked roast beef. Food shots. Okay, I will show you food shots. Harris pass is intercepted by TJ Lee. And media. Photos of yesterday's. Okay, you said you wanted to see some Proofs. I'll show you some proof. Come. Channel. So here's Sean Bowen. So Sean Bowen is the son of NHL Maple Leafs play-by-play Matt Bowen. Some pictures from my seats. Here's the club. So nice water fountain. There's the chicken and roast beef sandwich that I was eating yesterday. Got your buffets. All you can eat buffets. There's some other foods back there, but yeah. Don't know. Yes, I was prepared with the rain gear yesterday. Horwath rushed for a 3-yard gain to the BC 15. Syed with the tackle. Well, if you think about it, Isidore, so not only that, but like there's maybe 50 people in there, but then when the game's on, there's maybe like 12 people in there. Everyone else is out in the stands watching the game. So you can go in there and you can get food and take it to your seat in the stadium, or you can sit there and eat it. But what I like is the fact that you don't have to stand in line for the bathroom. You got your own private bathroom in the club. Rourke passes to Keon Hatcher for 21 yards to the BC 36. Brooks Jr. with the tackle. And then Horvath rushes for 4 yards. Gain to the BC 40. Fields with the tackle. Nathan Rourke throws incomplete to Horvath for the BC 41. So it's 3rd and 6, and BC's punting once again. I went to go because I'm doing media coverage next Saturday, so I had to go read all the rules, and I'm like, oh my god, so many rules for an OUA university game.
James Letcher's first season with the Roughriders, his 5 career return touchdowns, all to the Montreal Alouettes with a Grey Cup in the house in 23.
Not only that, though, Isidore, is also you got the I got the weekend pass for the train yesterday. Mayer punts for 51 yards to the Saskatchewan 19. Letcher Jr. returns it for 12 yards to the Saskatchewan 31. Passant with the tackle. Yes, on weekends, if you go to Toronto, you can ride the train for $10. But yeah, so I was looking at the university season tickets. They're $68 for 4 games. Or if you want the nice classy seats, then it's $104 for 4 games. So I'll be able to do some coverage from the media lounge upstairs, and then I'll be able to go to the scrum, and then next Saturday when I do the live stream, we'll also do the post game as well, and then I'll play the coaching interview afterwards.
So here's the two of them, Jackson Finley and TJ Lee talking it over in the huddle. Let's go back to TJ Lee's reception. There's the blitz coming right down the middle, and that leaves the matchup right here between TJ Lee and the wide receiver in a one-on-one. He gets with the pressure. That's Keyshawn Johnson doing the double move. He comes out with a big hook in for him.
Harris under pressure gets it away. Saskatchewan starts another drive. Leads it to Keyshawn Johnson.
Harris passes to Keyshawn Johnson for 5 yards, but it's offside on bets for 5 yards, so it's first and 5.
DC number 90. 5-yard penalty. Range first down.
They get more than that anyway with the offside to Matthew Betts. They'll mark it down at the 36.
Betts is so quick.
Well, considering Isidore, if you use your Presto card, it's about $11 each way, just with your Presto card. Conley rushes for 11 yards to Saskatchewan 47, but there's a holding. Brammer on Saskatchewan for 10 yards. They come back 10 yards, and it's first and 15. Well, we can't apply for the media pass until like 48 hours beforehand, so I'll know by like Wednesday. Harris passes to Keyshawn Johnson for 21 yards to Saskatchewan 47. TJ Lee with the tackle. It's going to be a first down, Riders. Yes. Very much appreciated, Isidore. Yeah, so starting next weekend from the 30th, which we're doing 4 live streams in a day, which is next Sunday. From there till the 13th, I'm going to be doing a live stream every night. And then next Saturday, or the 6th, I have 3 live streams. And then the 12th of September, I have 4 live streams. And then the 13th, I have 4 live streams. So it's going to start to becoming busy. And then the 20th, I have 5 live streams on the 20th. Which I might move one of those ones to the 24th of September.
Coming up, we give all the love to the BC Lions and we requested a watermelon for our own watermelon stash. But our co-workers are so amazing, they brought us free carrot. We're just gonna eat it. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. It's your fault. Your fault.
Harris passes to MLS for 9 yards to the BC 54. Kent Jr. with the tackle. Yeah, so Isidore, from next Saturday until November 8th, I pretty much have a live stream every day. Because right now I only have CFL. Next Saturday I have CFL and OUA. And then come October, I also have hammers to do. And then on top of it, I have Tommy Stevens rushes for 5 yards to the BC 49. Malden the 4th with tackle. It's a first down Riders. And then come October, I also have the Hammers. Then I have a McMaster post-game show. I have a Hammers post-game show. So, keeps me busy. Oh, and then I work a full-time job on top of it. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. Oh, the touchdown's coming back. There's a Harris to Conley for 49-yard touchdown, but it's voided by hands to the face by Hudrick for 10 yards.
It's a great play, and you show great speed, but it's coming back. See the hands right there from Jamarcus Hardrick, just a little too high up in the face mask area. Now we've seen one of those penalties have gone both ways. A couple touchdowns, it's a punishment at the wall, but all for naught as it comes back. That penalty, the Riders are back to the 51, 2 into the clock on that time in a 1st and 20. BC 13, Saskatchewan 6. Harris, time underneath the MLS just across midfield. Still lots of ground they have to gain. Either get a first down or get it closer to a field goal situation now. Still 2nd and long, 2nd and 15 ahead. Now this is the type of play offensively that you're hoping that one tackle can be, you can win in that one-on-one tackle. But that was Parker McKenna. Parker McKenna on that tackle, he's missed one all year. One tackle all season long since he's been inserted into the line.
Harris throws incomplete to MLS, so it's going to be 3rd and 15. And Harris throws into triple coverage.
So we've seen some near picks in this game, in addition to the one that TJ Lee had, but instead, Saskatchewan's going to get the chance to put this football away.
Yeah, been some missed opportunities for both these teams. Both have settled for field goals when they've had pretty good field position and been.
Ooh, almost need it. MLS in the head with his knee. Chapman goes with the punt. Chapman punts it for 51 yards to the BC 3. Berryhill the 3rd with a return of 15 yards to the BC 18. Horwath rushes for 0 yards to BC 18. Brooks Jr. with the tackle. Rourke passes to Hydra for 7 yards to the BC 25. Sales with the tackle. Mayer punts for 57 yards to Saskatchewan 28. Ledger Jr. returns for 19 yards to 47. McKenna with the tackle. Harris passed Johnson for 36 yards to BC 27, but Johnson fumbles it, recovered by Williams, and returns it for 2 yards to BC 29. Horwath rushes for 1 yard to the BC 30. Roberson with the tackle. Oh, there's something I have to look at on this side. Yes.
Chugging, he had a leg chug on that, just one. He wrapped up the other one, but now BC will be content and call it a half. And a pretty good half for Nathan Rourke and the BC Lions, leading at 13-6.
Having said that, the Rider defense has done a pretty good job in that first half against Xander Horvath.
They have. They've defended him very well. Horvath with only 8 yards rushing on 4 carries, but Nathan Rourke, though, 10 of 13 for 157 yards. And 1 touchdown to Javon Katoy.
Yeah, that touchdown to Katoy. First of the season. 4-play drive finished right now.
And here he is now with Farland.
Javon, 3 catches for 56 yards and 1 touchdown. He was back in BC play since the injury and everything like that.
Yeah, I love BC plays. I love playing here. They're executing well right now on offense. We just got to make sure we finish in the second half.
How do you do that? You mentioned you've had first downs. You've been able to move the ball, but
Yeah, just being attentive to details, making film room in practice. special, man. It's first time, Vancouver on the West Coast, and her first time at a BC Lions game, man. I love my mom to death. It was everything for me, so that touchdown made it feel more special. And you can see the Vincent flags right there from the stands, man. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for this. Enjoy the family time in the second half.
For sure.
All right, Kane, it is the watermelon smash. I don't know if you got the watermelon exclusives, but I know you guys always have a smash at the top. Obviously, by 7 at halftime.
Let's see. Seven. So that's all of the whole division, so I can do. So I haven't done the Valiants. Or have they?
It's the combination of the younger players on this defense getting acclimated to what's going on, kind of picking up the system, and then the group of streamer guys they have. I'm talking about DJ Lee, his 31st career pick.
Nice.
Best deal around the league. DJ Lee's one of the smartest guys that you'll find. Jackson Pittman, the younger guy, same thing. A streamer football player. Those guys play together. And then say, he has a linebacker. Something he gets throughout there.
Oops, that's not what I want. Wrong keyboard.
Tremendous job. I love the play calling has been like in the game. Play action grabs you wide. Send the format last over 100 yards around. He's averaging amazing how many times he comes to the run game. And you come into the game, you know the defense is going to be looking for the run game. Play action, and like they and obviously here, Nathan always has the ability to yard run. It does not take the hit.
Very low scoring game. See if Sask can turn around in the second half. Otherwise, their offense is looking pretty bad. Can we just start the second half, please? After this chit chat. Changes in Ottawa, eh? Besides Sean Burke getting the walking papers. Do. So, Scott White, Sean Burke got released today. And I think they're just going to be talking about all the firings between the president, Sean Burke, and so forth. If I had to guess, anyways. Where are we at for numbers? 169, no touchdowns. No run game, as usual. Only thrown to 4.
Burke had led this team since 2021. CEO Mark Gowdy said Sean gave an enormous amount to the job and community, but the football results have not been good enough, with much more. Here is our CFL insider, Dave Naylor.
The Ottawa Red Blacks' decision on Sunday to dismiss Vice President of Football Operations Sean Burke came 2 days after the Red Blacks' latest defeat to Montreal Alouettes, running their record on the season to 0-10 and extending their overall losing streak to 16 games, dating back to the end of last season, which is a record for the modern era of the CFL. Now, Burke was hired before the 2022 season, given the title of general manager after spending several years on the football operations side.
21, 60, and 1 since being named the GM of Ottawa Red Blacks.
Brian Dinwiddie came from Toronto and was given the title of both head coach and general manager. Under Burke, the Red Blacks had just one season over 500, just one playoff appearance, and overall had a record of 21 and 60. Burke does have a year and a half remaining on his contract, and Ottawa has used both of its mulligans. That's the provision under CFL rules where teams can erase the amount owing on a contract from their football operations cap. So since Ottawa has no mulligans left, they will have to amortize that over the next 5 seasons, but that should not have a meaningful effect on their ability to go forward and hire, as the Red Blacks look to reset things after the dismissal of Sean Burke.
The overhaul in Ottawa continues. Meanwhile, one half of football remains in week number 12. We will get you back to BC Place right after this.
It's something that I'm actually good at, but it's also something that I continue to get better at. Football is motivating me because it challenges me mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm part of something bigger than myself. I really love this game, not just doing it for the money. I continue to chase my dream because I'm hard to guide. I have so much fun playing this game. There's nothing else like it. All you gotta do is look to your left and your right. When you're in a meeting like with teammates, that's enough motivation. My dad passed when I was 10. I didn't know how to really deal with the issue. So football kind of was like the only way I could express myself. Yell and scream and not get in trouble for doing something crazy, hitting someone. Like when I put the helmet on, it's just like I was just nobody can say nothing. Everything else didn't matter. I was just me in the field, and I could just entertain my whole family life with this. You gotta be sincere. You gotta be real. You gotta be yourself. I was put on this earth to play this game, and I've believed since I was 6 years old. I still believe to this day. I would be credit to my dad. I would be credit to my mom. Sacrifice so many things. be able to see me, they're not watching. You know, I've been going at this since I've been 5 years old.
What do you want to be when you're older? I want to be
A ball player.
and a damn good one. I'm very passionate about this game. That is my superpower.
Life has changed drastically from losing my dad, going from the third string to first string to, you know, what people are saying, being the franchise quarterback.
Guy, who just started the second half already, please?
Game friends, game brothers, this gonna be on the jail sometime. We all got something. Bro, that's it.
Remembering my younger self, having school visits and seeing those star players, come to your school. And now I get to be in those shoes. Hopefully, to inspire more generations of players and fans to continue to grow this game and capture what makes this game so great. It's such an amazing game. It's given me so many amazing opportunities, built so many amazing friendships and relationships in this game.
Let's keep going.
Oh my God, that's the longest commercial I've ever seen. Okay, June 4th is already coming, go people. You don't need to see that commercial anymore.
Halftime at BC Place, the Lions lead the Riders.
Riders have 206 in net yards. BC has 193, and BC leads by 7 points.
Dan, 5 catches for you in that first half. You really started to get things going in that second quarter. How comfortable are you after a month out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get my feet wet again. And I just think we're doing the right thing. We just got to finish.
Yeah, both teams have been moving the ball. Both defenses have eventually been stiffening. What made you do to finish?
I mean, it's going to be as such, we just got to play clean football and finish our drive and we'll just not for the same. Thank you.
Well, Riders trail by 7, so it could have been a different story. Trevor Harris let him down to scoring range, and a costly turnovers taking points off the board.
Yeah, when Deontay Williams pulled the ball away from Johnny Johnson and that interception by TJ Lee. So missed opportunities for points there. But the defense can take a little of this responsibility too. See Keon Hatcher working on the neck after that late tackle late in that first half. But Josh Woods, remember, early in this first quarter, had the ball in his hands a couple of times and didn't come away with the interceptions.
So Corey Mason, the Riders, had deferred after winning the toss, so they want the ball to start the second half. There's Gene Fletcher.
So BC Lions are going to be kicking to the Riders to start the third quarter.
Over as a free agent from the Montreal when they went to the offseason, but he got hurt in week 4. And hadn't played since. First game back. And Carl Meyer to kick it off for BC. Well, the Riders trying to keep pace with the Edmonton Elks, who are first in the West. BC looking for their 4th straight win, which would get them to 500. And they lead to start the second half on the kick by Meyer. It's Fletcher taking it into 16. Stays to the left, turns it upfield, turns on the Jets, and a good return.
Mayer kicks it off for 64 yards to Saskatchewan 16. Letcher returns it for 31 yards to Saskatchewan 47.
For this guy. And in Trevor Harris, who was 12 of 18, 169 yards. But you mentioned it. Both teams moving the ball well offensively and then coming away with field goal attempts, or in Saskatchewan's case, a couple of turnovers when in field goal range. So that's the difference in the scoreboard right now. Just as Sam Emolo said, it's not me, it's us. We just have to finish.
And they'll start actually from their 47, so they say that Fletcher stepped out of bounds a little bit earlier. So another shotgun and handing off a running play, and a flag coming out. Jackson Finley in on the tackle.
Flags out on that play. Conley didn't get anywhere.
Line deep in the BC secondary on a running play, which, again, from a long distance, is often the holding. They're going to talk, the officials talking with Buck Pierce, which means it's probably against Saskatchewan, because Buck would get the option.
And they're marching it off. Against Saskatchewan.
Conley rushes for 2 yards to the Saskatchewan 49, but there's an illegal block on the offense. going back 10 yards. So for it's the 47 to the 37, and it's first and 18.
You can't do that because the defensive lineman can't see you coming from there, and it's a dangerous play.
And it's a 10-yard penalty, so they're pushed back to the 37, and a first and 20 now. Early second half. And it goes off. Right there to Johnny Johnson.
Harris passes to Johnny Johnson for 0 yards to Saskatchewan 37. Ken Jr. with the tackle.
Original line of scrimmage, no gain there at all.
Ronald Kent came out of his responsibility in a heartbeat. And yes, he made the play there. But the question now is for Trevor Harris, did he register that? How quickly he came from his zone to get behind the line of scrimmage to make that tackle? Because you know what comes out of that? A little pump fake and a go route behind him.
So it's second and 15 now. Got a second and 20. Harris stepping up.
Harris rushes for 10 yards to the Saskatchewan 47. McKenna about the tackle. And the punting unit will come out.
We played 9 games, well, 9.5 for these teams now. That's the 5th run for Trevor Harris.
So that was a second and 20. He gained 10. So a third and 10 now is Oscar Chapman coming back. 2 returners again for the Lions in Barry Hill and Jermaine Jackson. And it will be sent Barry Hill's way. Take it right around the 20. Loses the handle.
Oh! Nick Weeb gets the fumble recovery for the touchdown.
There's no yards against Saskatchewan.
But there's no yards against Saskatchewan.
It's either no yards in a special team, it's either
No yards. Saskatchewan number 28. 15-yard penalty. First down, BC.
Ooh, they just saved that one.
We heard Sam Emmerle say we just got to clean things up, eliminating some of these penalties that have been costly.
Nearly a break for the Riders, but they got a little bit too close there on Stanley Berryhill.
So Chapman punts it for 42 yards to the BC 21. Berryhill, the third, returns it for 0 yards, but he fumbles it. Nick Weeb runs it in for a touchdown, but it comes back because it's no yards by Straker for 15 yards. So it goes from the BC 21 to the BC 36. This here is 6.
Let's go back. I know Rider fans want to know if this was within the 5 yards and a good call on the penalty. Stop it there. I mean, there's 1 and 2. Jackson, Ford, and Straker both within that 5-yard halo, taking the Nick Weeb touchdown on the scoop and score off the board.
Straker, you can see clearly trying to slide back and not get within the zone. They're close to see Nick Weeb do. Picked it up, dug it in, but all for none. It's BC ball. Right up across the 35 now. They have the 7-point lead for the third quarter here at BC Place. Nathan Work goes to work. And finds an open receiver to it's Javon Katoy, who has the 1 touchdown in this game, his first of the season.
Yeah, first half and a souvenir for his mom in the stands with his first touchdown. And crossing out on that 4-play drive. This is the one they hustled so that Corey Mace couldn't challenge him on the 16 yards, and then the touchdown, and then boom, gets the long distance hug and a game ball.
How about that for Mom? Her first game of BC plays. We get movement by Caleb Sanders, free play. Flying out, deep shot.
And then Rourke throws interception.
Which would be his second of the season, but as mentioned,
Oh, but there's a flag.
on the line. And could this play be all for naught?
The replay center will help here.
It says Bryce completed a pass to Choi for 16 yards to BC 52. The combo with the tackle.
Caleb Sanders had clearly moved, and that'll be the
Offside.
question.
Saskatchewan number 99. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Right there. Yeah.
Boy, some big plays. That Connolly run, the scoop and score here, and an interception now. Penalties taking all three of those plays off the board.
And instead, the Lions, with the penalty, move into the Riders zone at the Saskatchewan 53 and a first and 5.
So it's 1st and 5 from the Saskatchewan 53. So Bryce passed to Butler for 0 yards.
Derek Roberson on James Butler, who was met by them immediately after catching that shovel pass.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with Michael Couture, the center for the Lions, this week in our production meeting. And he said, I asked him about playing against linebackers in the league. There's so many good ones. And I said, who's the toughest to block? He said, Jameer Thurman. And it's because of his 1-2 factor, but his anticipation and reading the play. He said he's super
Rourke passes to McInnes for 11 yards. To the Saskatchewan 42. Thurman with the tackle.
Just perfectly and saying hello to Butler. 3-man rush. It's caught. It's a first down. That's Justin McInnes again. Another catch for him down close to the Rider 40.
Right now, they've moved Keon Hatcher to wide receiver for a lot of these formations. Put Katoy in the slot. Katoy is lined up as a wide receiver on the depth chart.
Working tempo here.
Nathan Rourke passes to McInnes for 5 yards to Saskatchewan 37.
Now has his third catch. These back-to-back catches.
And the only reason I bring it up is that we had the wideout spot and Keon in the middle. Remember that hit he took in the first half late in that one? This was Marcus Sales that broke his head down. He was working on the neck coming out at halftime. They moved him out to that wide side, wide field position, wide receiver position.
And so that second straight catch by McInnes. It's down to a 2nd and 5 at the Saskatchewan 37. Lions looking to add to their lead. Up 7 now, third quarter. Xander Horvath leads the backfield. Horvath looking his way. Can't find a receiver. Have to take off again. But he does. Has to tiptoe into the end zone.
Nathan Rourke passes to Horvath
But he's at the 4 out of bounds.
to the Saskatchewan 8
3-yard pickup, but
for a 33-yard play to the Saskatchewan 4.
Yeah, I think David Sanchez at halftime talked about this and how Nathan Rourke, when he runs, he always runs with his eyes up. And if he sees a guy downfield that's open, and Rourke in the coverage, he's going to launch it. I mean, he took that from under his arm like he was going to run with it up into a throwing position in a split second, got it to Horvath.
Second trip to the red zone for the Lions, and Horvath may not be done. Suits, you talked about this earlier, that he takes on a role when the yardage gets short. You see him out there now, though, with Rourke still in at quarterback, and a first and goal at the Rider 4. Great opportunity to move up 2 scores for BC. Taking to Butler, and Brandon, but still in the seat and able to throw it away. Nearly sacked there by
Rourke throws incomplete to Saskatchewan
the job, and
end zone.
it'll be a second and goal still at the 4.
2nd and goal, still at the 4.
Desmond Evans down at the bottom here, who gets up the field immediately. He does not play the fake. What Nathan Rourke is hoping will happen there was the free hitter, which was Evans, will go with the fake and go down low on James Butler, try to tackle him, which will give Nathan Rourke chance to get outside. That didn't happen. He didn't buy it.
And then it was Antoine Brooks moving in and just starting to tackle Rourke as he got rid of it, threw it away into the end zone. Incomplete. 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal. Rourke. Pump fake.
Rourke throws to Keon Hatcher for a 4-yard touchdown to make it a 19-6 game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you play Keon Hatcher. He's going to be effective. And I can't explain enough how difficult of a throw that was to make for Nathan Rourke, moving the way he was moving and trying to throw it against the flow. Once again, pressure is there immediately, and he has to bail. But look how he sidearms that, sliding to his left, back against the flow.
Well, we've seen Rourke run. He's taken off already in this game, but his mobility helping him to throw as well. That earlier one to Horvath, part of the 8-play drive. Sean White with the point after. Moving around to complete it to Horvath.
Sean White with the extra point, so it makes it 20-6.
BC Lions up 2 touchdowns now.
Do 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 do. Which one did I do? Was it this one? Oh, it's so different thing. No, that's a different thing.
BC Lions and Nathan Rourke really asserting themselves now after an 8-play drive. 2 key plays in particular.
Yeah, watch him get it out of the holster here on that throw to Horvath. He's running with the ball under his arm, and then he gets it out of that holster and gets rid of it with Horvath flashing open the way he did. And then this one rolling hard to his left, sidearming it through a tight window with 2 defenders.
Oh, forget it there.
Touchdown throw.
It's given them the 14-point lead for Keon Hatcher's 4th touchdown of the season. BC picks up. James Fletcher on the return. Across the 30. Bringing it lead. 36 by Woodley Avalon and thrown back. And another flag is out on the field. The Lions now with a 2-touchdown lead and a big hole for Trevor Harris and the Riders to get out.
Well, the Riders have to clean up the penalty problems. Taking big plays off the board. Put together a drive here. Give their defense a rest. Come away with points. Lots of time left in this game. And you
Yes,
know
sir.
How these teams
Face mask.
how close it is.
BC number 42.
Face mask on
At
the
end of the play, first down.
face mask on BC number 42.
Position for Trevor Harris. I'm sure Corey Mason, the staff, has reminded him, hey, guys, just stop self-destructing on the penalties.
Merritt kicks off for 67 yards to Saskatchewan 13. Letcher returns it for 24 yards to Saskatchewan 37, but they're with the face mask to McKenna. It goes from 15 yards from the 37 to the 52. And Harris passes to D. Johnson for 17 yards to BC 41. Sankey with the tackle.
Johnson, the big man's got the ball. Eligible receiver.
Yes.
Guard Daniel Johnson reinserted into the lineup, and I don't know if he had this in his bingo card.
Well, I watched it from the very beginning as he lines up as a tight end and then works his way to run a route. And And then is the open receiver on the road. It's by himself for a 17-yard gain. Look at this. Look at this. How about that for road running? And then a broken tackle with all good feet.
Trevor Harris passes to Emulas for 9 yards to the BC 32. TJ Lee with the tackle.
But the way he broke the tackle, not just running over
Scott,
everybody, he
the day's still young. The day's still young.
jumps over the tackle. Like that's
I mean, considering that
play. I mean, he's
a
like-
guard just got 17 yards on their defense.
or excuse me, as a receiver runs a flat route and then hops over the first tackler. Sankey's going, "What are you doing with the ball?"
Got a little Wally Conley in the open field there.
Sankey looked like, "What? This doesn't look right. There's something that doesn't look right here."
Daniel Johnson in down and blocked with Tommy Stevens in on a 2nd and 1 at the 32. And looks like he has enough. Get used to saying that, but Johnson won't forget that for a while, I'm sure.
Wow, it was outstanding.
Yes, the true colors. That's what I love to do. True colors. Do the rain. Stevens rushes for 2 yards to the BC 30. Sankey with the tackle.
Stiff arm and jump hurdle over a tackler. When you're
Conley rushes for 5 yards. Gain to the BC 25.
Pretty quick feet there, too. Johnson. Here we go on the ground. Here's Wally Conley. And he evades a tackler. Jackson Finley, and he works his way up for another 5.
Watch this. Okay, let's go back one more time to a very unique looking play. Okay, so there he is there. Now he's going to widen out. No one goes with him saying, why is an old lineman out here in a trips formation with the 3 receivers, and he's one of them. And then Darnell Sankey, as he pushes him out, looks at him like, what are you doing with the football in your hands? He's going, well, I'm running for a first down for 17 yards. That's what I'm doing.
Saw Stanley Thomas Oliver, that replay, sort of pointing out for BC. It's a big guy lining up wide here now. There's another catch, another first down.
Harris passes to Digit
Touchdown
for 9 yards to BC 16. TJ Lee with the tackle.
in Ryder Green and
The first down
Happy birthday, Jete. It was about 4 days ago he turned.
for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Remember what you were doing when you were 23?
Yeah, but if you use him if you go up to the ref and you're saying, "Okay, I'm an eligible receiver," it's not going to be a penalty.
Kickstarted this offense. We're rolling now.
They got some momentum going when they really needed to. Down 14, but they're getting closer to 16. Conley left side. And he takes on TJ Lee there. And hangs onto the football, too. A flag coming out.
Yeah, I think that's
Conley rushes for 7 yards to BC 9, but there's a holding on Collins for 10 yards. So they go back 10 yards, so it's 1st and 20. 1st and 20.
left tackle. And I'm just going to apologize up front to all offensive linemen that we keep circling them when they make a mistake. That was a soft one. Not much there. A little grab to the interior of the shoulder pads and then let go of it immediately. On a running play, if I'm official, I let that one go. That's not cheering for one side or the other. That's just going, come on, that's a little soft.
So it stays. Push back to the 26 now on a 1st and 20.
Oh, and Harris throws yet another interception.
Another opportunistic play for that Lions defense and Stanley Thompson Oliver with his first CFL interception, getting steadily better on the boundary corner, and a frustrated Trevor Harris heads off to the sideline. Again, the Riders get into the score zone, or close to it, and they cannot cash in. Lions ball.
Come on. There we go. Harris is playing like he did last week. Is Harris in a bit of a slump? I mean, yeah, we still have another quarter left, but still. 204 yards and 2 interceptions. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Do, 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 do.
Corey Mays issuing a challenge on that interception by BC and Stanley Thomas Oliver.
Yeah, he wants to see if there was early contact on this slant.
At this point, Mace is just fishing.
There was Thomas Oliver didn't look like he cut Jete off from getting there. In fact, he kind of reached out to make sure he didn't do that.
See, here's the referee Justin McInnes with the announcement on the challenge.
On the previous play, Saskatchewan challenged for pass interference. After review by the replay center, the ruling on the field stands. It's going to be first down BC.
Yep. He went fishing and he lost.
In his first year in the CFL, as Trevor Harris is picked off.
Went fishing and he lost.
Just over 4 minutes to go until three-quarter time. Ryan Phillips talking to Jackson Finley, but there you see Mike Benavides as well. Good job by the defense. Bending, not breaking. And it's Lions football, up by 14, 20-6. Nathan Rourke. Lions 25 now.
Rourke passes to Butler for 12 yards to BC 37.
Well, that's for the Riders, that's the downside is these turnovers in the scoring zone. I mean, they've had at least 9 points taken off the board because of turnovers. If one of those are majors, then you're looking at almost a tied score here. The good news for the Riders is the defense is keeping them around. They've got to try and get another stop here and get Trevor Harris back out there.
To the BC 37. First down, handing off to Butler this time. James Butler. Remnant coming in as Roberson.
Butler rushes for 2 yards to the BC 39. Roberson with the tackle, so it's 2nd and 8 at the BC 39.
Johnson catch. They had some momentum. They were moving. They were down inside the 30. And then a penalty. A penalty for holding on a running play. Again, I think it was a soft one, but that takes away that momentum and then the turnover.
The second time Harris is intercepted on the day. TJ Lee had the other in the first half. Rourke quickly throwing it. Go deeper. Oh, my goodness. Collision, but it's caught. It's still going.
Rourke passes to Stanley Berryhill III for 58 yards to Saskatchewan 13. A combo with the tackle.
Stanley Berryhill, 58 yards, hung on to the football, and it's a big first down.
Jackson Ford came from the middle of the field.
Usually they don't post it till after.
Under that with a bit of a different angle, and Berryhill's concentration pays off right here. Look how he concentrates on this, takes the hit,
Actually,
spins around and hangs
if
on.
you go and follow CFL attendance on X, they normally post the attendance after every game.
Down to the 18 of Saskatchewan. Third time in the red zone now. Already up 14 and looking for more. Taking to Horvath. And he didn't top it off there for Jackson. Took a punt by Jackson Ford. After the ball had come and gone, and a flag is out on the field.
this is clearly some frustration on the part of Jackson Ford, not letting the last play go and having it trickle into this one. But I'm with Corey Pace on this. I mean, and again, I'm just calling the way I see it, but it looked like it was such a bang-bang hit that, to me, if there's no history there, in other words, he didn't get beat on the last play, then there may not have been a penalty flag. I wasn't a defenseless receiver. On a push route like that, they're waiting to get hit. Take a look at the timing. We'll slow it down for you. There'll be a little bit. It was tipped as well. Now there was one step in there.
Necessary roughness. Saskatchewan number 21. Ball be placed at the 1 yard line. Automatic first down.
Yeah, James Vodder's got his hand on it a little bit there, and then Ford coming in.
Well, did you see how quickly, though, when we played it in regular speed, how much of a bang, bang it really was?
Rourke passes to Jackson was incomplete, but there's unnecessary roughness, so they got from 12 yards from the 13 to the 1 yard line.
Up by 2 touchdowns. What a momentum swing when Saskatchewan, yes, down 14, driving down inside the 20. Another turnover. Costly. Xander Horvath in. Looking to add to the lead.
Xander Horvath rushes for a touchdown, so it's 26-6.
Leading the Canadian Football League in touchdowns with 12.
And still on pace for Milt's title. Going after him.
Well, that pace was 11 and a half a season, so just one shy of Bill's pace, but there's another touchdown for Horvath.
A couple more to get back on that pace. Pretty demoralizing moment there for the Rider defense.
27-6.
It looked like Jackson Ford was making on the deep route, and then the penalty down inside the 20.
Going after Sean White, BC.
White with the extra point, so that will make it 27-6 with 1:09 left in the third quarter.
Last November to the Riders. Horvath. Touchdown number 12 for 34 BC and a 27-6 lead.
I move back. Going to get another drink.
Xander Horvath has scored another touchdown for BC. And the Lions now sits in charge, leading it by 21 points. Look at the standings now. Tommy Stevens with 11, but Horvath moving ahead, and Justin Rankin with 9.
Lots of football to be played, though. The Riders just have to get out of their own way on some of these penalties.
So James Fletcher back for this. 1:09 to go until three-quarter time.
Yeah, but what a catch down the field. That was a tough 3 or 4 plays in a row for Jackson Ford at safety.
Yeah, it definitely was. And such a momentum swing in this game when it looked like the Riders were getting right back in it. Low driving kick by Meyer. This time it is scooped up. Thomas Bertrand is scooped up. Thomas Bertrand dogs it. And that return gets it up.
Mayer kicks off for 57 yards to the 23. Thomas Bertrand, who done returns for 19 yards to Saskatchewan 42. McKenna with the tackle.
This is right down inside the 5-yard line. The TJ Lee gets the interception. Deontay Williams pulls the ball out of Johnson's hand here. That was in field goal range. And then the late
So, Scott, Farhan just announced it.
That's as emotional as I've seen Trevor in any game this year.
30,083 fans at BC Place today.
Makes us say that's on the whole team, not on you. But it takes a lot of this personally, of course. High standards in what has been a great season. I mean, coming in.
That's the attendance.
Throw for nearly 5,800 yards, but the last couple of weeks for Harris especially have been pretty frustrating.
I'll just put it in the chat.
I'm going to put part of the responsibility on Dylan Gente there. I mean, he's running the slant.
Harris pass incomplete to MLS. 2nd and 10.
Don't let Thomas Oliver cut underneath you like he did. I mean, that's the slant route. You have to really jump the gun there from the corner's position.
Gente goes out wide. Saskatchewan 2nd and 10 at 42.
And Harris gets sacked.
Casey Sales in. A little help from Matthew Betts as well as he adds to his totals. Casey Sales with his first sack of the season. Goes from bad to worse for the Riders right now.
A lot of 3-man pressure in this game from BC, and they decide there to change it up on 2nd down and send 5. It's Sales that gets home.
Chapman back to punt it away. We're down 21. Last play of the 3rd quarter.
Chapman punts for 42 yards to BC 32. Berryhill returns it for 9 yards to BC 41. And that is it for the end of the 3rd quarter. BC leads 27, Saskatchewan 6.
There's the story as far as stats are concerned. The one at the top, the most important one now with the Lions leading
3 turnovers.
by 3 touchdowns, but turnovers and also penalties working against the Riders.
Yeah, everything's close there when you look at the stats, except for that line and turnovers, 3-0. And that's when Saskatchewan, those weren't turnovers in their own end. Those are turnovers when you're in position to put points on the board. That changes everything. Penalty-wise, Saskatchewan has 7 so far for 72 yards, and the Lions just 3 for 20. So
We're there. Oh.
for Saskatchewan, and those penalties have taken big plays off the board. I mean, you're talking about a holding call that takes away a touchdown, a no yards call that takes away a scoop and score. I mean, the opportunities have been there.
There you see 27-6. 4th quarter begins. BC in charge and with the ball at the 40 line. It's another one on the run. He's done that a few times. And we got
Saskatchewan's arguing that they touched it last going out. Another play made by
Nathan Rourke passes to McInnes for 18 yards to Saskatchewan 51. Edward with the tackle. And now Nathan Rourke throws an interception.
Frustrated earlier in this half, and has a return going here after that pick. What the Riders need, losing the turnover battle, but they turn it over there as Rourke is intercepted and Ford has himself an interception and a timely one at that.
Big time, especially when you look at the last series of 3 or 4 plays in a row for Jackson Ford. A chance to knock the ball out on a deep ball, didn't get there, got a penalty for a late hit, and that's just an
Nathan Rourke pass intercepted by Jackson Ford, returns it for 33 yards to Saskatchewan 37. Butler with the tackle. And then Harris passes to Emilus for 12 yards to Saskatchewan 49, with McKenna with getting the tackle, and it's a first down Riders.
Sam Emilus, a good return to the Rider lineup, but they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but every player, Ron, makes a bad decision, a bad play, a mistake. It's what you do.
Harris passes to Keyshawn Johnson for 13 yards to the BC 48. Sankey with the tackle. These guys each throw a couple of interceptions. Rourke has 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Trevor Harris has 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. Harris passes to Thomas Bertrand for 13 yards to BC 30. Sankey with the tackle.
Inside the 35, 13 more yards there for the Riders.
All the plays on the line of scrimmage makes it that much more difficult for Mike Benavides and Ron Phillips to substitute.
With time again, lot 7 for Toronto again, but this time just for a couple of yards with Parker McKenna all over.
Harris passes to Hudon for 3 yards to the BC 32. McKenna with the tackle.
He said he missed 1 tackle in his first game, in his first start, and hasn't missed 1 since. Not 1. It's almost unheard of.
Big addition to the line. Deeper look. Open receiver 2 and a touchdown for Dell.
Harris passed to Duncan Busby for 32 yards to the end zone for a touchdown for the Riders. And it's 27-12.
Riders needed that, and so did Jackson Ford. Needed the way it happened to get the turnover, get some momentum for his football team, and let Trevor Harris go back to work and get those bad feelings of the turnovers out of him. Good job by Duncan Busby to put the brakes on, cut inside, and get that last 3 yards.
Riders down by 2 touchdowns, 27-13, 11:53 left in the fourth quarter.
Jackson Ford had the turnover. Duncan Busby had the points off it as the Riders finally have a touchdown. They're down 27-13.
Nothing like a nice fight in the stands at the Mets and the White Sox game.
Equally big for the offense for the Riders, but let's take a look at
Interesting.
there's the penalty from Jackson Ford. That leads to the Horvath touchdown. So now the Lions are up by 3 scores. Jackson Finley gets rid of that bad play, doesn't stack another, or Jackson Ford, I should say, gets rid of it and doesn't stack another one. And then they go to Duncan Busby for a touchdown in just 2 minutes. So that's how quickly you got to get rid of those bad thoughts, and move on. Jackson Ford just did exactly that.
Jermaine Jackson on the return, so now we'll see what the Rider defense can do as Ford comes back on the field after his first interception of the season. And Nathan Rourke.
Hale kicks off for 65 yards to the BC 15. Jackson returns at 19 yards to the BC 34. Bell with the tackle. 11:48 left in the fourth quarter. BC leads by 14, 2 touchdowns.
A little bit of the RPO action where you're faking the run to Horvath or James Butler.
Nathan Rourke passed to McInnes for 3 yards to the BC 37.
Short pickup of just a couple of yards, working there on Nelson Lacombo, the field corner, to Marcus Fields as well.
Big play here. Big play here with over 11 minutes to go. Lions can convert, keep a drive alive, even get more field position if they have to punt it away at some point, and eat up some more of that clock.
We've become accustomed to close games between these two teams. Their last 2 earlier this season in week 2 went right down to the final minute, just like the meeting before that, the West Final, last November in Lausanne. Here we are, 2nd and 7, and that is caught for a first down. Number across the
Rourke passes to Katoy for 9 yards to the BC 46. Edward with the tackle. It's going to be a first down BC at the BC 46.
It's our time. But Trevor Harris said no, our time as he worked it down. And then Tommy Neal, as they looked at it again and decided, yes, that is the winning touchdown as the Riders went on to the Grey Cup and ended up winning. And a bitter memory for BC and Nathan Rourke.
Nathan Rourke passes to Katoy for 29 yards to the Saskatchewan 35. Roberson with the tackle.
So that is a monster play for Javon Katoy. Bigger than his touchdown catch early in this game to beat that tackle, spin out of it, and get into plus territory. That's a huge play with the timing, the down and distance, the momentum in Saskatchewan's favor after the 2 minute for a touchdown to get it closer, to get it to 2 possessions. Huge play.
Loves it here at BC Place. It's his 3rd game back from injury. He has 6 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown.
Horvath rushes for 14 yards to the Saskatchewan 21. Fields with the tackle. It's a first down.
15 yards for Xander Horvath, his biggest run of the day.
Well, I think defenders, especially DBs, have come to the conclusion that it's best to go low on Xander Horvath because he's so big and so strong. And that's exactly what Jackson Ford tried to do there.
Saskatchewan.
And Horvath has seen enough of the low hits and goes up over the top.
Well, every time the Riders flip the momentum, BC flips it right back. A great drive coming up here.
He's having a roller coaster. Jackson Ford on that Katoy play right there had him short of the first down and couldn't bring him down. Now that's a tough receiver to bring down. And now Ford trying to get Horvath on the ground and gets the hurdle over top of him after setting up with his turnover the touchdown drive. So it has been a roller coaster for 21 tonight.
It really has, and the Lions getting momentum right back down to the Saskatchewan 21. They still have a 2-touchdown lead, and just that kind of day for Corey May so far. Trying to get back in this game, but they need a stop. They're not getting it, not yet anyway. Going to need what they got last time around. A timely interception to get that ball back. BC threatening again. And back to Horvath. Can't get away that time as he still can't work it to the 20. So not much of a gain at all, if any. And second down ahead.
Hey, you want to be smart, though, at this point. Make it 3 possessions if you even kick the field goal here. And minimize the opportunity of the Saskatchewan defense trying to turn it over. And that means high percentage throws if you do throw. Screen draw. Good decisions here.
Over a month ago, Nathan Rourke got hurt early in Edmonton. They lost, went to 1-4. Came back without Rourke, lost to the Argos, went to 1-5. Since then, though, they've won 3 straight, looking to make it 4. Get back to 500. One to the top. And it's Desmond Evans again.
Nathan Rourke gets sacked for 6 yards to the Saskatchewan 27. Desmond Evans with the sack.
Rourke knows what he was thinking there, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he also was thinking down a distance, game situation, don't force a throw. He looked at 3 different reads there, 3 different progressions, decided, you know what, I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to eat it because it was just, they're in field goal range. You can make it a 3-possession game and hang on. Don't try to force it. I only know he knows what he was thinking, but.
There's Sean White 2 for 2. He's hit for 44 and 25. This just inside the 35 for White. No problem at all. We're back to a 3-score game.
Yeah, 3 possessions, and that's just managing the situation, the scoreboard.
Sean White kicks a 35-yard field goal, so you're back to 3-possession game.
Making 3 scores.
Trevor Harris back on. Riders at a deep hole, especially after this White field goal.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Do. Do.
Friday Night Football heads back to Winnipeg. The 5-5 Blue Bombers have to deal with this guy now. Davis Alexander leading the 9-1.
So Friday night football, no more Thursday night football anymore. So Friday night we have Alouettes Bombers.
Cubs came back and beat them, and if the BC Lions can hang on and win, they have a 3-score lead. They would tie them in the standings at 5-5. Early movement, and that is caught by Duncan Busby, who had a touchdown earlier in this quarter.
So because it's a field goal, Riders start at the 40.
Early flag and picked it up, I guess.
Saw a Lions player clearly crossing the line of scrimmage early.
They're talking to Corey Mace, which would indicate that
Harris passed to Duncan Busby for 30 yards to BC 40. There was a penalty on offside on BC, but it's declined. First down. And then Harris throws again to Duncan Busby, but this time it's broken up by Matthew Betts.
Most of them active QBs with 300-yard passing games passing Bo Levi Mitchell on that last one. Nothing but.
Can Bo make it back before the playoffs?
Big question for Hamilton. The Tiger Cats losing in the rain in Toronto last night.
Here they come.
Harris again. And underneath and caught by Keyshawn Johnson.
Harris to Keyshawn Johnson for 8 yards to BC 32.
But they're down 17 points. Only 6:42 in the clock.
They are, but they need that field goal as well. They're down 3 scores.
Harris stays on. They want that touchdown. Handing off
Thomas Bertrand Hudon rushes for 5 yards to the BC 27. Harris with the tackle. It's going to be a first down, Riders.
Closer, and you're inside the 35. Those 2 yards seems like because you need a couple of majors in that mix.
And the Riders make another dramatic finish here. Harris underneath the control. The ball comes out. And it goes right back into the hands of the center, Logan Ferland, who wraps it up and takes it down to the 20 in an 8-yard gain.
Harris passes to Hudon for 8 yards to the BC 19. Fumbled by Hudon. Recovered by Emilus.
Bertrand Hudon, wow, right there. It was Sankey.
Darn how Sankey with the hit. So pumping underneath Bertrand Hudon again, working it down to the 12. So another play for 30, but another look at that hit by Darnell Sankey.
Harris passes to Bertrand Hudon for 7 yards to the BC 12. Coldon with the tackle.
That just spun him around. Ball flies out of there. Ferland comes up with it, keeps the drive alive. That was a big hit. And Bertrand just comes out and catches the next one.
He does. How about that center? Logan Ferland used to handle the football.
Daniel Johnson catching him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Harris running out of time. And he tries to get rid of it to Conley as he's wrapped up.
Harris passes Conley's thrown incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
Down to 3rd down again, and no sign of any special teams coming on. Or excuse me, 2nd down.
Take a shot here, but the clock's your enemy now. For the Riders.
So 2nd down and 10. Down to 4.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, 17-point difference. Just a 3-man rush, lots of time for Harris, but can't find a target. He gets sacked by Lorenzo Malden. What's a start? Offensive Player of the Year with the Ottawa Redblacks 4 years ago. Late season went to Calgary. Mike Benavides had coached him, by the way, in Ottawa. And he gets his first sack as a BC Lion.
Top of your screen, he's working.
Trevor Harris sacked for 5 yards to the BC 17. Malden the 4th with the sack.
With the BC Lions. Been around for a few games now.
So now to your point about what they need, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So a little different now when they're facing a 3rd and 15.
Alex Hill goes for a field goal.
A little too long, though, to get this thing snapped.
25 yards away, and Alex Hale remains perfect on the night. Gets it back to 14-point difference. Malden celebrating a sack as a BC Lion. They're still in charge by 14.
3:37 left in the 4th quarter.
the season for the BC Lions, but they won 3 straight heading into this game over the Bombers, Ticats, and Stampeders, and they could technically, based on head-to-head, tie Winnipeg by record, but be ahead of them for 3rd place in the West if they hang on and win.
Yeah, that one, Nathan Rourke wasn't the starting quarterback. In that one, that was Caden Salter. But yeah, 3-game. And you know the difference? The difference has been the play of their defense over the last month and a half. That's Ryan Phillips, who helps Mike Benavides. You got Mark Washington talking to Benavides this week about the experience he has in his defensive room is incredible.
Beyond the fingertips there, Jermaine Jackson, who thinks he should have had it. 2nd down.
And think about this. I mean, that's over 80 years of CFL experience. And 2 of those guys, in Ryan Phillips and Mark Washington, were defensive coordinators.
Nathan Rourke throws it incomplete to Jackson at the BC 49, so it's 2nd and 10 at the BC 40.
And Benavides said their first 2 games were terrible. They just weren't close. But they stayed in Kelowna, little team time, hung out together, thought that was a big part of it, and they've been playing better ever since.
And there was a sign of them turning around between those Kelowna games, the loss to Calgary, and then the victory over Edmonton. Not a bad bit of scenery. It's a beautiful day in BC. A few minutes to go here.
Back at the CFL Plus, music, commercial. Back for the rest of the game.
Trevor Harris, see the injured AJ Ouellette, one of the players that they have been missing, but just not enough. The yardage, though, passing, both of them going over 300, Trevor Harris and Nathan Rourke, but it's Rourke's Lions who are approaching their 5th win of the season. They were 1-5 at one point and looking to move up to 500 and a 5-5 record. They're coming on. Rourke runs out of time. It's Jameer Thurman who comes right in.
Nathan Rourke sacked for 7 yards to the BC 33. Jameer Thurman with the sack.
Yeah, and I will mention, too, that, and this is not trying to build in an excuse, there's still time on the clock for one of the most experienced high completion percentage passers in Canadian football in Trevor Harris. However, the secondary for the Saskatchewan Roughriders has been banged up. I mean, no Devon Campbell, no Roland Milligan. Those are key components to that back end and trying to survive without it.
They're getting the ball back now, but it clocks the enemy. 2:40 and counting down. 2-score game. They need a couple of touchdowns in a real hurry. BC punting it after that 2-and-out, 57-yard punt. James Lutcher works his way up close to the 45 for Harris and that.
Merritt punts 57 yards to the Saskatchewan 20. Letcher Jr. returns for 23 yards to the Saskatchewan 43. 4 on with the tackle. So 1st and 10 at the Saskatchewan 43.
Based on the time left on the clock, they need 3 plays. They need the 2 touchdowns to catch up with the scoreboard. They'll also need the onside kick. 426, different scenario.
But before they worry about that,
Yeah, it's at one play at a time.
you got to get that touchdown, that first one. Three receivers to the right. Harris looking that way, rolling out. And then tosses it for MLS. Looked like even lying down, he'd have a shot at him. No, incomplete. 2:19 to go.
The other guy the really missing was Keon Schaefer-Baker. Schaefer-Baker had a big game in week 2. These two teams met. He's missed 3 now.
Harris passes incomplete to MLS. So it'd make it 2nd and 10. And then he throws incomplete to Keyshawn Baker to make it 3rd and 10 on the 43 with 2:19 left.
Knocked away nicely by the safety Jackson Finley, denying Keyshawn Johnson, and it is a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you heard David Sanchez talk about the relationship between TJ Lee and Farhan mentioned it earlier in the game, and Jackson Finley, and how both are just their football IQ through the roof. And Jackson Finley, you give him the whiteboard pen and tell him to put on everybody's responsibility on the defense, including the D-line, and any different defense, different call, different look for Coach Benavides. And TJ Lee or Finley can write it up on the whiteboard.
Harris passes to DeJet for 13 yards to the BC 54. Sean Thomas Oliver with the tackle. It's going to be a first down Riders, but Thomas Oliver III is injured on the play.
You might say, well, shouldn't every player be able to do that? Yeah, no. That's not the way it works. I can't tell you how many times I had a linebacker turn around and go, hey, what do I got on that defense? And I'm like, oh, you got to know at least what you're doing. Right. But that's what your job is partly to do as a safety and a middle linebacker is to make sure the guys are lined up right and know their assignments.
And one of the corners, Stanley Thomas Oliver, is the injured Lion right near the Lions bench, getting some attention there. Originally drafted in the NFL in the 7th round 6 years ago by the Carolina Panthers, and also had some time with the Giants and Detroit Lions. First year in the CFL, and he's another one. You talk about Parker McKenna, who's been a nice addition in that Lions secondary, of course, missing the veteran Gary Peters this season.
Josh Haggerty will go to safety. They'll move Finley down to Deontay Williams' spot at center, and Williams plays the corner.
Harris underneath, checks it down to Conley. And he takes
Harris passes Conley for 11 yards
Josh Haggerty coming in. This one,
to the BC 43. Haggerty with the tackle.
yeah, first down.
Scott Flory with the University of Saskatchewan doing such a great job with that program. So many players in the pros, but it's more important than that in college.
Harris throwing again. Johnny Johnson, another first down. But we're going to keep an eye on that clock, too. Needing a couple of quick touchdowns. Now they're saying incomplete. Looked initially like he had it, but they're up over the ball, though, thinking it is a catch and a first down.
Took a pretty good hit there. It's slow to get up.
They haven't moved it back.
That was Parker McKenna. Again, was a big hit.
Harris throws incomplete to Johnson at the BC 33, so it's 2nd and 10 at the BC 43.
MLS Olympic just got back after missing 3 games with a foot injury. And they did call it incomplete, so they do move it back close to the 44 of BC.
Yeah, talking with Emlis about that was that they actually wanted to keep him out of there's the reason for the limp. Ronald Kent rolled into the back of his legs.
MLS had 2 stints on the injured list last year. He only played in 7 games. Mind you, did he ever finish strong? Calgary, Saskatchewan beat BC in the West Final, and then was the top Canadian with 10 catches, 100 yards in the Grey Cup in their victory over the
The
Montreal
injury
Lions.
spotters removing Saskatchewan 88 from the game.
Johnny Johnson, who caught it and ultimately couldn't hang on and took a hit, and now the injury spotters are removing him.
Yeah, so he has to be out at least 3 plays while he's assessed. Even the 10.
So the injury spotters take John Johnson the third out for 3 plays while he gets evaluated. Harris rushes for 10 yards to the BC 33. Renee with the tackle.
Another first down for Saskatchewan. 11-yard pickup. They run tempo, trying to get another play off. 1:43. Stanley Thomas Oliver back on the field for the Lions. Inside the 33. Harris.
Malden the fourth with another sack, this time on Trevor Harris for a loss of 4 yards to the BC 37. So it's 2nd and 14 for Saskatchewan. Harris passes Keyshawn Johnson for 2 yards to BC 35. So it's going to be 3rd and 12.
They're well ahead of the race with Father Time, aren't they? A race that you never win, by the way. You can stay ahead. You can stay ahead. Keep working at it.
Some keep trying, some.
And in the right wave, the white flag is always do something.
Under the 35, 3rd and 13. Intended there for MLS, who is still down.
MLS is injured again.
4th turnover created. They turn that over on downs. MLS still down.
Turnover on downs.
They only had 9 turnovers heading into this game.
Take right over the middle into the danger area. Darnell Sankey. I'll tell you what, though. Sam Emlis, he sold out to go get that. Landed right on his tailbone. He elevated to get up there.
And still down after that. We saw him earlier look like a foot injury, which is what had kept him out for 3 games. His first game back. And MLS had led the way with the Riders in catches with 7 for 66 yards.
But I was wondering if he hit his head on the turf when he came down, but they're looking at his knee.
It was lower body injuries, the foot and knee last year that limited his playing time. And limping off now. Corey Mace coming out too. But 113, turning it over.
1:13 to go.
Saskatchewan coughs it up again, and first 9 games, 9 in this game alone, 4 nearly.
So BC has had 9 turnovers created in the first 9 games tonight against Saskatchewan. 4.
Edmonton is number 1 right now, coming into the week.
Who did I select for my pickings?
Parker McKenna, brought in Lorenzo Malden. Had a quiet kind of start to his BC Lion journey.
Horvath rushes for 12 yards to the BC 47. Evans with the tackle.
Another first down for BC, 1:08 in the clock.
Just one more note on Sam Emlis there. His teammates.
So I went 3 and 1 because I'll always choose my tie cats.
Minute 20 to go. And he sells out to go and try and convert on 3rd down. I mean, and there's guys even at this level that are going to say, you know what, I'll live to play another game and let that one go incomplete. And let's didn't do that.
Left side.
Horvath rushes for 6 yards to the BC 53. Thurman with the tackle.
We can declare them victors in this. 42 seconds in the clock, up by 14. Looking to make it 4 straight wins. You see in this, as mentioned, they would have the tiebreaker right now head-to-head against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's their only meeting of the season that won a few weeks ago. So BC has the tiebreaker on Winnipeg. So put them third in the West after that awful start. They have the Ottawa Redblacks next week in the nation's capital. And you know that story from the other side. The Redblacks are still looking for win number 1. And it's
Or the rushes for 2 yards to BC 55. Brooks Jr. with the tackle.
BC Lions very fired up after that 1-5 start to get to 5-5 now. Horvath.
Well, the West is wide open. I mean, it really is. The West is wide open. Congratulations to Edmonton and their win. But, you know, when you think of the Calgary Stampeders and what they're doing, the good things that they're doing, you look at BC's win streak now, called the Mushy Middle in the West. And by the way, after that Ottawa game for Mark Pierce's crew,
Hey, hey, hey.
Montreal,
Goodbye.
Big test. The biggest
Na, 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 na. BC wins by 14.
another victory for BC.
So BC moves to 5-5, and Sask loses their second straight.
From 1-5 to 5-5. And dealing the Riders their second straight loss.
And BC has won 4 straight.
Turning things around after a slow start. And this is looking like a force now in the Canadian Football League.
some things to clean up for Trevor Harris and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who, as you mentioned,
But with that being said,
would start with eliminating penalties. Penalties they took to
we will be back for
almost twice, or more than twice,
Friday's game because there's no more
as the BC Lions.
Thursday night football anymore with the NFL starting up soon. So Friday we will be here. Saturday's games will be delayed because I have McMaster's home game on the 29th. So we have that. So these will all be, so I'll do the Hamilton one once we get back, and then I'll do the Toronto one probably later on that day, and then the BC one will just be Sunday. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. This is Rick from Hamilton Sports Central, and have yourself a great rest of your day.